build a business and sell it and do all the things and then live in the Caribbean for the rest of your life? Is it to be single because marriage don't really exist for us? Is it to, have a big family, live off the grid? There's so many invisible goalposts for what it means to be successful. Hustling. Thinking about my pops this morning. His birthday would have been a couple days ago, and he would have been in his late 80s, I want to say. And it's almost been, in 2026, it'll be 30 years since he passed away. But I still think about him all the time. And sometimes I go through a little mind exercise where I say to myself, yo, what would it be like if I rode him around the city and showed him how much has changed since he passed away and the conversation we would have. But another thing rose up in my heart when I was thinking about him and some of the conversations I've had with a couple of friends. And here's what it was. Even though I've achieved so much, I've done a lot, I still feel like I'm behind. And when I compare myself, I look back at my dad's life, what he provided for me, his life, and the things he had access to. I'm much further along. I know he would be proud of me if he saw where I lived and what I do and the impact and all of that, but I still feel behind. And I've had a lot of my friends, brothers, they just be like, man, feel like I'm not measuring up. Feel like I got so much more I have to do, and I don't got time. I don't have the capacity. So it made me start thinking. And I don't know if you feel that way, where you just feel like, man, I'm behind. I got so much I got to do. People moving past me. AI that showed up, and I can't compete. Like there's a lot. Trying to be a good husband, good father, spend time with my kids, go to the events, like really, really do the thing. I'm really trying to start a business. I'm really trying to do all the things. So a few observations came to my mind, and I think the last one will be the most helpful for you. So stick around to that. So first thing I would say is we have seen more than our fathers ever imagined. Like if you're in your 30s or 40s, you've seen more than your parents ever imagined. You think about the things that have changed in your life, from there being no internet to being full internet in your life, like fully integrated. There are so many things that exist right now that didn't exist in 2000. So you think about this. There was no iPhone. There was no YouTube. There was no Spotify. There was no Apple Music. There was no Amazon. There was so much of the things that we rely on every day didn't exist back then. And you know what else that creates? You know more about what other people have that your fathers never knew. We would ride around neighborhoods and stuff when I was a kid, ride through communities and go, man, those are big houses. But I ain't know how much they paid. I ain't know where they worked. I ain't know what their life was really like. And for us, that awareness, you've got more information that you're processing. That man, frankly, my dad never had to process all that information. He knew what he had, didn't have, the opportunities he could get and couldn't get. And so he went after those that he could attain. And so, man, for my father to become a homeowner, flat, didn't matter the size of the house, for him to become a homeowner was a big deal. You know what I'm saying? He couldn't do that when he was 25, 30 years old. It took a long time for him to be able to become a homeowner. For me, I was a homeowner in my 20s. And I could see how much people bought their house for, sold their house for, how much they paid their taxes. I can watch YouTube videos about how this 20-year-old dude is buying houses, flipping them, living in one side and selling the other. He doing all this and that. That's comparison that he didn't have to worry about, but I do. So if you're feeling behind, some of it is just you're aware of things that your father wasn't aware of. And I drop my phone. Second thought is this. We got invisible goalposts. We don't know what it means to be successful no more. Is it to be a multimillionaire? Is it to live overseas and be a passport bro? Is it to, build a business and sell it and do all the things and then live in the Caribbean for the rest of your life? Is it to be single because marriage don't really exist for us? Is it to, have a big family, live off the grid? There's so many invisible goalposts for what it means to be successful. And I know for my dad, I don't know about your family, but it was pretty clear. Like, work hard, keep a job, take care of your kids, you know what I mean? Don't be a burden on people in the society. Stay out of them people's face and keep it pushing. And for us, there's so many goalposts, you don't know what success looks like. And that creates that gnawing feeling that you just like, dang, man, I don't know if I'm making progress. And so the big reframe that I had is based on a book called The Gap in the Gain. And The Gap in the Gain was written by Benjamin Hardy. And it's been helpful for me when I start to think about, dang, am I making progress? And here's what the gap in the gain is. So often, we focus our energy on what we're missing, where we're going, that we can't see how far we've come. So check that out. Now, that's my turnaround point back there. I'm already headed back to the crib. But we focus on what we're missing. And so, with that being said, we get sidetracked. We don't know, man, I feel like I hit this milestone. I hit this new achievement. I overcame this. I created that. But dang, look at what they did. And I need you to do this from time to time. Here's the third thing. Look at the gains you've made. You see how much I done made up? That's what you can do. So focus on the gains, not just the gap. The gap is how far I got to go. I got about 1.5 miles up the road I got to go. But if you focus on the gain, doggone it. My father set me up to be able to win, to be an early homeowner, to be a father. He gave me the tools I needed. So I can define now what are my success points. I might not be able to get what you got, but I am at least able to define what success looks like for me. And you need to do that for you.